The starlight pierced through the vastness of space, illuminating the sleek contours of the SS Peregrine as it soared toward the unknown. Inside the bustling ship, brilliant astrophysicists hustled through their final preparations for an extraordinary mission. "Captain Ava, we're nearing the coordinates for the jump," reported Milo, the young prodigy with a knack for turning complex equations into simple truths. His voice crackled over the comms, charging the atmosphere with anticipation. Ava, a seasoned explorer with battle-tested resolve, felt the weight of responsibility. They were on the verge of unlocking humanity's greatest achievement, faster-than-light travel. "Steady, everyone. This is it," Ava called, her voice steady but laced with excitement. The crew exchanged nervous but determined glances. They knew that what lay ahead required more than just intellect. It demanded courage. But as they made the jump, something went terribly wrong. A blinding flash. Alarms blared. The ship shuddered and jolted, tossed about in the merciless storm of unknown forces. "Status report," Ava demanded, gripping her console as the ship groaned. Milo's voice rang out again, this time with a tremor. "We've been hit by an unknown energy wave. We're being pulled into a gravitational anomaly." Panic rippled through the crew, but Ava barked orders with the precision of a maestro. "Shayla, assess the damage. Quinn, get me a visual on that anomaly." As they watched, a vibrant planet loomed into view, its surface shimmering in hues of iridescence. The SS Peregrine descended, caught in the gravitational dance of the alien world. "Looks like we're expected guests," Quinn muttered, fingers dancing across the controls. Nestled in the heart of the unknown cosmos, the crew of the SS Peregrine soon discovered that they had arrived at a dazzling, vibrant world, unlike anything conceived back home. But it was the inhabitants, flickering energy forms surrounding them, that left an indelible mark. They communicated through lights, their patterns almost musical, a language yet to be deciphered. "Captain Ava, I've never seen anything like this," Milo breathed, awed and overwhelmed. "We're not alone," Ava replied softly, eyes fixed on the mesmerizing display. Thus began their odyssey on a foreign planet, where every moment dripped with discovery, danger, and the potential of what lies beyond the stars. The first dawn on the uncharted planet unfurled with an ethereal glow, the light refracting through crystal-like flora that carpeted the landscape. The energy forms, who had greeted them silently, hovered nearby, their shimmering bodies pulsating in synchrony with the planet's rhythmic heartbeat. "We've got a lot of work ahead of us," Ava said, rallying her team around. The SS Peregrine had survived the tumultuous descent, but was in desperate need of repair. Parts of the hull burned from the rough entry, and the hyperspace core had faint flickers instead of its steady, luminescent hum. "Sheila, you're in charge of assessing the damage. Begin with the core. It's our lifeline. Milo, you're with me. Let's see what we can learn about our hosts." As the team dispersed, Ava and Milo embarked on a cautious trek toward a cluster of floating orbs. "Look at how they move," Milo observed, his analytical mind already ticking over the potential of their discovery. "The way they sync with the environment could be a communication, like an interstellar Morse code." Ava nodded, entranced by the alien choreography. "If we can decode their patterns, it might just reveal a wealth of knowledge." Meanwhile, Sheila, the chief engineer, ran her diagnostic tools over the ship's core, her brows furrowed in concentration. "We're looking at a complete system overload. Whatever hit us was off the scale," she relayed over her comm. In the heart of their efforts, a realization dawned upon them. This wasn't just about survival. They had stumbled upon something far grander than anticipated. As dusk settled in, Ava finally got a glimpse of the energy form's purpose. An ancient stone tablet embedded within a grove of radiant crystals drew her attention. Engraved symbols glowed with an otherworldly light, mirroring the dance of their mysterious hosts. Suddenly, the energy forms swirled around her with intensified vigor. "Captain!" Milo exclaimed, reaching instinctively for her arm. She felt it too, a tingling sensation, as though the very air was charged with secrets. It's a map," Ava whispered, her finger tracing the indents. "A map of gateways, cosmic pathways that connect distant stars and possibly even universes." The implications were staggering. Their fusion of technology and cosmic convergence would redefine humanity's place among the stars. But as a gentle breeze carried the orb-like forms back into the forest, Ava knew they were just scratching the surface. As night fell, and they gathered back by their ship, the unspoken question lingered. What role would they play in the celestial confluence of this enigmatic world? The turbulence of their arrival now felt like destiny. The evening fog clung to the alien landscape, cloaking the planet in a mysterious embrace. As Ava gathered her team for their nightly briefing, the weight of their dual mission became palpable. They needed to both repair their ship and unravel the secrets of the celestial maps. "I've made some progress on deciphering the symbols," Milo began, splaying his notes out on a makeshift table. "This here represents junctions much like interstellar highways, but they're more advanced than anything we've conceived." Sheila leaned closer, the engineer in her intrigued by the possibilities. "It could revolutionize space travel if we understand it," she mused. "But first, we have to patch up the Peregrine." "The ship is holding, but barely," she reported, gaze hard and focused. "We've managed temporary repairs to the signal relays, but the hyperspace core needs a complete recalibration. Unfortunately, most of our spares went up in the malfunction frenzy." Ava felt the pressure mounting. Each day on this planet presented risks and wonders in equal measure. As they discussed strategies, a subtle hum began to permeate the camp, an incredibly soft, harmonious echo that seemed to vibrate through their bones. "Do you hear that?" Quinn, usually reserved, broke the silence. They listened momentarily, a hauntingly beautiful resonance that rose and fell like an ocean's tide. "It's a message," Milo said, wide-eyed. He pulled a handheld scanner and tracked the source, leading them to a glade where energy forms congregated in a spiraling dance. "Captain, it's almost like they respond to emotions," Milo hypothesized, mind racing. Ava watched, compelled by the elegant yet powerful display, feeling a connection she couldn't quite explain. "Are they helping us?" she wondered aloud, turning to her team. The notion wasn't far-fetched. Earlier, they had discovered small parcels of data embedded within the energy waves that bombarded their ship before entering the planet's orbit. "We have to figure out how to communicate on their level," Ava resolved, igniting a spark of consensus among her team. In that moment, the energy forms paused in their movement, a single large orb detaching from the group to hover directly before Ava. It pulsed softly, its glow intensifying as Ava extended a cautious hand to touch it. "I think it's saying we have allies," Sheila remarked, awe-stricken. The pulsing quickened, a tangible growing sense that they were understood. Humanity was not alone here, and their mission was crucial. Suddenly, a thought shadowed their optimism, a foreboding presence, looming beyond the edges of their newfound alliance. External threats always existed, but what dangers awaited in this delicate balance of power? As the night deepened, Ava realized they had become part of a grander scheme, one that demanded both courage and wisdom. More than ever, they needed to succeed. The sky shifted through shades of indigo and gold as the first rays of alien sunlight cut through the mist. Ava and her crew woke refreshed, driven by an urgency to harness the cosmic revelations and repair their vessel. The encounter with the energy forms the previous night had breathed life into their spirits. They were not alone. An unseen alliance lingered on the periphery, waiting to be unveiled. "It's time we decode these signals," Ava urged as they gathered around Milo's makeshift workstation. Milo, eyes bleary yet vibrant with boundless curiosity, began overlaying the energy patterns onto the cosmic map they'd discovered. "Look," he points one. "It's similar but not identical to our standard radio frequencies. It's like their way of extending a hand across the stars." Sheila leaned over his shoulder, examining the patterns. "There's a message hidden in the harmonics, but it's complex. If only we had more sophisticated equipment." Her voice trailed off, heavy with realization. The ship's comm system could amplify these signals. It's risky, but if we link our systems directly, we might initiate a clearer dialogue, Quinn suggested, his quiet voice carrying unexpected determination. Ava weighed the risk. Linking their damaged systems could overload their remaining power reserves. But the lure of interstellar dialogue, a breakthrough, was too compelling. "All right, let's synchronize our systems. But Quinn, be ready to pull the plug if things go south," Ava commanded. With tension knotted in the air, the team linked their interfaces, the cabin filled with the hum of uncharted energy, intertwining with human technology. As data streamed across their screens, a translated pattern emerged, a language of light and sound, an echo of the universe. "We're getting something," Milo exclaimed, his fingers dancing over the controls. "It's a kind of greeting." Excitement rippled through them. A bridge had begun to form over an impossible chasm. Ava watched the patterns coalesce, a symphony of equations and luminous swirls that spoke of ages past, a legacy of journeys between stars. But shadows hovered close, a reminder that not all encounters in the cosmos promised warmth. The energy forms had mentioned the Cosmic Council indirectly, and Ava felt an instinctual warning. Was their presence here a harbinger of hope or herald of unseen threats? She feared the answer as power flickered through the ship, redirected into deciphering what had been long obscured from humanity's reach. "We need to contact them," Ava finally spoke, gazing into the swirling cosmos. "Learn why this waypoint exists and what it means for the alliances forged here." As the glow of day shifted, so too did their focus. A collective awakening to the knowledge that they were explorers of more than stars. They were pioneers of unity, friendship, and if they survived, perhaps of peace in a universe still largely mysterious. The tapestry of space was being woven anew, and humanity found itself as both arbiter and pawn in this celestial confluence. The collective hum of intertwined energies buzzed around them, an orchestra tuning for the grand performance ahead. Ava felt the weight of captaincy like never before as the dawn light illuminated the verdant expanse surrounding them. Today, they would reach out across the stars. Milo was engrossed in his incessant calculations, spiraling through possibilities as Sheila adjusted the finely configured systems. Quinn, his calm demeanor a stabilizing force, prepared to monitor the feedback he suspected might surge from such an ambitious endeavor. "Let's ensure all core systems are routed to handle this volume," Ava instructed, glancing at the web of cables and jury-rigged connections, stretching like entrails from the ship. "We can't afford setbacks." With a nod, the team initiated the transmission, their human-designed instruments hesitating at first, then flowing with the energy form's unspoken language. The air shimmered, the patterns held, and a form of cosmic acknowledgement pulsed in a halo around them. "We've made contact!" Milo almost shouted, thrilled at the response. Yet with clarity came complexity, ideas, intents, and purpose within the light dance, all demanding comprehension. As if sensing the call, the alien symphony grew more vibrant, aligning itself into a recognizable sequence. Ava placed her hand on the ship's interfacing with it, then liaised through the chaotic harmony that stretched between consciousnesses. Despite their progress, uncertainty tightened her chest. What answers would they find, and what consequences might unspool? "We're learning," Milo affirmed from his station, deciphering encoded tales of stellar crossings. "They're exchanging histories, data on pathways. It's mind-boggling." Meanwhile, Sheila wrestled with frustration. For every path unlocked, another dead end loomed. Energy conservation was paramount, but the newfound link held promises too great to ignore. It was a delicate balancing act. One mistake could spell ruin. Then a breakthrough. A solid connection synced, and Ava found herself communicating. It was ethereal and surreal, messages traveling through a deeper, transcendent medium. Images of untold epochs, diverse civilizations coexisting, exchanged in the span of heartbeats. There was a weight to the histories, an awareness that their travels were transient, woven through epochs by unseen hands, a cosmic council safeguarding the fabric of the universe. But their entry into this realm was unprecedented and ominous. "They've never seen anything like us before," Quinn murmured in awe. "Our presence here is an unexpected variable." As they absorbed this newfound understanding, a sensation of urgency cut through the celestial tapestry. Ava's instincts cried a warning. The shadows she had sensed were not imagined. Forces beyond their comprehension watched, intent unclear but presence undeniable. Suddenly, the orbs pulsed violently, colors merging darkly as night fell upon their expansive vista. Strained under this eerie foreboding, Ava knew their test had just begun. Would they be harbingers of peace, or mere pawns in a much larger cosmic game? The twilight seemed more profound, as if the very sky was absorbing the catalysts of destiny's unfolding. Despite the wearying cycles of unconventional discovery and mounting tension, Ava knew the path forward would be fraught with challenges, and courage was their only ally. In their collaborative attempts to communicate, the energy forms revealed an unsettling truth. Two dominant factions operated within the Cosmic Alliance, and their presence here had disrupted a fragile equilibrium. "We may have tipped the scales," Milo confided, anxiety threaded through his words. "The balance they maintain is delicate, sustained by agreements older than our oldest stars." Ava's gaze was focused on the shimmering entities that floated like living stars in the night. Their movements spoke of harmony, but also caution, a dance interwoven with warnings they could barely comprehend. Meanwhile, Quinn continued monitoring the energy waves enveloping them, his screens filled with fluctuating readouts. "Mass disturbances," he noted. "Something's approaching, either a new arrival or a reaction to our presence." A daunting hypothesis stood before them. A game of cosmic strategy, where every move could either forge new paths or ignite conflict. "We've got to earn their trust somehow," Sheila interjected, her voice grounding them amidst the unseen. "Prove we can coexist peacefully." Ava nodded, fully aware that time was a dwindling currency. "And we will. But we must act swiftly. Our survival might depend on it." To bolster their bonds, they sought to mirror the energy form's actions, dancing beneath foreign constellations in a hybrid elegance of human and otherworldly movement. In an extraordinary reciprocity, the energy forms reciprocated, glowing intensely with each synchronized cycle, an agreement perhaps, unspoken yet profound. As the dawn cracked open, revelations of their place within this astral tapestry formed, a shared purpose bridging their worlds. Still lurking in the backdrop was a persistent pessimism, shadows more palpable with every beat of the cosmic heart. They couldn't yet see the adversaries pushing against the boundaries of this universal sanctuary, but instinct warned Ava of their encroaching menace. A tremor disturbed their observance as a surge of energy swept like a tide, threatening to drown truths and mysteries alike. "Something's coming," Quinn said, voice tight with urgency. "Galactic interference. It's like a signal cascading here, drawn by our interaction." The orbs trembled in anticipation, their colors darkening under the weight of threat, flecks of potentiality scattered to the winds. "Hold your ground," Ava urged her team, standing ready with resolve burning in her chest. Their past and future converged in this present uncertainty, and they must prepare for what lay beyond the visible stars, a crucible testing every insight they'd gained. As the last light drew thin, the alliance they'd striven to form served as both shield and beacon, guiding their courage against impending forces, with promises of a resolve unquenchable by the cosmic tide. The air crackled with anticipation as an eerie quiet settled over the cosmic vista. Ava and her team had forged an unsteady alliance with the energy forms, but mounting tensions suggested an ever-looming trial. They gathered under the flickering light of the energy forms, their presence a soft chorus against the vast darkness. "Strategic planning will be crucial," Ava emphasized, her gaze sweeping across her team. "We need a clear understanding of what's approaching and why it's affecting the stability of this place." The transmission signals they monitored hinted at an incoming presence, a foreign ship riding the currents of stellar winds toward their location. But who piloted it? Was it friend, foe, or something unpredictable in the cosmic dance? "What do we know about them?" Milo asked, engrossed in interface patterns as Quinn fed him data streams. "Not enough," Quinn replied solemnly, "but whatever it is, it'll break the stillness soon. Forces drawn to our interference, maybe even drawn to the energy this place emanates." Sheila secured the temporary fixes she'd employed to keep the ship operational, preparing for the challenges ahead. "We need to allocate power wisely," she advised. "If an encounter occurs, we'll depend on stability for any counter-strategy." Ava nodded, realization dawning that their interactions with the planet's inhabitants had created ripples through dimensions, attracting curious minds and hostile intentions alike. There was a legacy to consider, built over time immemorial, paths walked by innumerable travelers. "It's a junction between worlds," Ava spoke softly, more to herself than the others. "No wonder it's being watched." The impending arrival cast a shadow over their newfound harmony. They formed a perimeter, adopting positions both defensively and strategically intuitive should unnamed entities cross their threshold. Suspense coiled tightly in the night air, holding its breath while awaiting a chorus of movement. Within moments, the atmosphere's hum shifted to a throbbing pulse, irresistible and inevitable as stars' twilight. "Incoming!" Quinn notified, voice cutting through the growing thrumming, his machinery echoing with the cadence of the ship approaching from beyond their visible reaches. Energy forms coalesced protectively, surrounding the crew in a formidable yet inviting embrace of light, their unity undeniable, a heritage of understanding stretched across time. "We must see who comes," Ava declared, her resolve reflecting against the juxtaposed glows, "and be ready to act by the values we've shaped." As their shared guardian presence ignited, a new light breached the skyline, a vessel unlike their own, resonating with purpose and power, an awakening entity striding amid astral tides. For Ava and her team, this encounter was more than protection. It was the dawn of possibility, calling for courage and capitals of hope against endless horizons. The first contact would define their place amidst celestial society, a baptism by cosmic integration. With anticipation and determination woven in equal measure, humanity stood at the brink, waiting to redefine its path under the celestial confluence's vigil. The universe was listening. The vessel approached, cutting a graceful silhouette against the twilight horizon. Its form was both alien and intricate, a dance of forms suspended amidst the sparkling tapestry of stars. The hum of anticipation accompanied its gradual descent as it settled with a silent poise upon the mystical ground. Ava and her team watched, hearts caught in a thrumming cadence harmonizing with the alien ship as it extended an ethereal ramp, a bridge between worlds, both literal and metaphorical. The energy forms pulsed softly around them, an unspoken assurance of their presence and camaraderie. "Are we ready for this?" Milo asked, trying to mask nerves with a brave face. "We have to be," Ava replied, her voice steady as her fingers gripped the tactile familiar reality of her gear. This was a moment of history, teetering on the precipice of unimaginable potential. A figure emerged from the alien vessel, its shape cloaked in a diaphanous sheen of iridescent robes that shimmered with the embedded colors of 1,000 supernovas. The being stood at the intersection of intersectionality, an embodiment of universes shaping the quintessence of enlightenment. "Welcome," spoke the entity, its voice resonating within their minds like a serene cosmic breeze, an invitation folded within a gentle command. "You stand at the waypoint of all celestial crossroads. We have watched your journey with great interest." The mere words echoed commands and comfort, a language not of words but shared understanding, bridging the silence of millions of miles with a single concept. Ava stepped forward, cautious yet resolute, her presence underwritten by an intrinsic tenacity cultivated by epochs of human exploration. "We seek knowledge and peace, and an opportunity to unify. What role have we played in stirring this place?" The ethereal envoy inclined its head, subtle understanding reflected in the stardust twinkles nested within its form. "Your kind's arrival heralds change, as it always does. Here at the nexus of realities, potentiality blossoms, but with it come risks and reactions, ripple effects that must be navigated." Milo's voice was soft, yet filled with the wonder of discovery. "We have shared our existence with your kind, and now we wish to understand more deeply, to coexist." For a moment the envoy seemed to ponder, as though surveying a tapestry woven by celestial minds across time's breadth. "Your bond with these caretakers signifies readiness," it noted, regarding the energy forms. "Yet know that with catalysts come challenges, forces you must withstand." A pulsar pulse echoed through Ava, words unspoken yet felt. The enduring balance here teetered under their influence, the emergence of temporal changes set into motion by human presence. But within such chaos lay opportunity, a chance to redefine relations across celestial distances. "We choose collaboration, understanding," Ava proclaimed. "If we are to become part of this cosmic tapestry, let it be crafted with compassion." The entity's gaze softened, acknowledgement palpable, as it extended an astral limb, a gesture of profound bond. "So be it," it acceded. "Your journey begins anew, a shared destiny amid the cosmic confluence's embrace." As night unfurled its stars, humanity's place entwined irrevocably through pathways unknown, guided by stars, a guiding light amid an infinite frontier of possibility. As the last light of the alien sun faded, Ava and her team stood on the cusp of a new alliance. The celestial emissary had awakened them to the immense responsibility they bore. Yet it also ignited a flame of hope, the potential for humanity to weave itself into the myriad threads of the cosmic community. The glow of the energy forms intensified, surrounding the group in an aura of reassurance and unity as they prepared for what lay ahead. Not only the journey home, but the tenacious pursuit of interstellar kinship. We must prepare to relay what we've learned back to Earth, Sheila strategized, her pragmatic focus grounding their ethereal exuberance. The knowledge here, it's beyond anything we've conceived. Milo nodded, still absorbing the otherworldly encounter. Our understanding is just the beginning, he said, eyes alight with theories and dreams. This place offers humanity so much, but the trust we forge must be honored akin to sacred pacts. The cosmic envoy stood watch, its presence a solemn reminder of the pact Ava had made. Words were not needed. A telepathic agreement lingered over them like a gentle but unwavering tide. This alliance, Ava started, addressing her team and the witnessing energy forms, feels both daunting and thrilling, but I believe it's a chance worth every challenge. The team's spirits soared on this shared optimism, a testament to the resilience that had always defined them. They prepared the SS Peregrine for the next steps, patching and calibrating with due diligence as the cosmic spirits vibrated in harmonious accompaniment. A sense of urgency propelled their actions. Quinn's hands danced over controls, redirecting power reserves and heightening signal clarity. We've established enough to begin relaying through the nearest transmission points, he confirmed. Connecting Earth to this location might shape the age of exploration anew. Ava felt her heart swell with purpose. Earth must know that isolation is but an illusion, she said, as they gathered around the ship's console to send messages home, sharing their tale. The energy forms conveyed encouragement, a pulsating chorus resonating with each transmission, their light mirrored upon the dark hull of the Peregrine. But lurking at the edges of their awareness was a warning. The cosmic envoy's earlier words echoed as an admonition. Forces unknown, set into motion by their discoveries, could peer into or disrupt the burgeoning unity. We need vigilance, Ava cautioned, piercing the gentle lull of enthusiasm. Their promise was pivotal, but not without potential repercussions. The team nodded solemnly, the celestial symphony transforming into a vigilant sentinel against the unknown. This episode marked a genesis, a gateway to both promise and peril. As the night deepened, they felt the universe breathe alongside them, a vast riddle wrapped in enigma. In the balance lay peace or discord, bound by choices human and cosmic alike would make. Yet as they prepared for the dawn and all it heralded, one truth rang clear: they were not alone in their endeavor. The timeless cadence of the stars guided them onward, wide eyes open as humanity's embrace stretched across voids once imagined impassable. The morning sun cast a golden glow over the alien landscape, marking the beginning of a new era for Ava and her team. As their ship hummed with a renewed life force, energy forms orbited close, embodying a silent cadence of hope that matched their own. They were not merely returning to Earth. Ava and her crew were transformed, carrying with them the seedling of an unparalleled future. Yet they stood at the threshold of the unknown, a journey unfinished, with destinies unwritten. The cosmic envoy reappeared as they prepared for departure, a luminous presence that humbled and invigorated their spirits. Your path is now intertwined with the stars, it conveyed, a harmony resonating through Ava's core. Protect and cherish the knowledge you have acquired, for it will guide you through the vastness ahead. Amid the hum of equipment and ion engines primed to fire, Ava translated the envoy's parting message to her team. We're trusted to safeguard this knowledge and use it wisely. Our world may be new to these cosmic currents, but we will not falter. With final checks complete, Quinn initiated the ship's ignition sequence, the ground trembling with potential as the SS Peregrine readied for ascension. The team took their places, a meditative quiet settling over them as they anticipated the leap homeward. Milo adjusted his console, recording every nuance of the moment. "Ready when you are, Captain," Sheila prompted, voice steady over the rising song of engines warming. Ava hesitated, just a moment longer, to savor the ethereal dreamscape that had become their second home, a place where they had faced trials, forged bonds, and could continue to grow in wisdom and strength. "Engage," Ava commanded, her voice firm with purpose. The vessel surged toward the sky, breaking the bonds of gravity, comforted by the protective aura of their extraterrestrial companions. As the planet shrank beneath them, they glimpsed the expanse they would soon traverse. Not alone, but cradled by the goodwill of allies both terrestrial and beyond. "Incoming data streams, Captain," Milo relayed, sifting through streams saturated with cosmic signatures, their initial messages already reflecting back from distant relay stations. Humanity's first ethereal envoy stepping beyond its cradle, messages forming beacons in the infinite night. Yet, the journey's real challenge lay ahead. With every system calibration and engine propelled, Ava foresaw complications. You couldn't touch the fabric of the universe unchallenged. As space enfolded them once more, so too did resolve, forged in trials, bound by celestial promises, and anchored by the unyielding will to endure. "Our voyage is just begun," Ava whispered, as galaxies cascaded beyond their viewports. The crew nodded, recognizing it as truth, for in the confluence of stars and souls, they were bound to discover the unknown paths that wove their fate. Here at humanity's dawn among the stars, in whispered promises of unity and echoes of forgotten worlds, Ava found a path worthy of the challenge, and she welcomed it, ready to embrace what lay beyond. The boundaries ever expanding, led onward most brightly by the spirit of adventure itself. And with that shared understanding, an era like no other began its majestic unfold, beneath the heavens that no longer felt so distant after all.